Hey there, it's Mandy from Designer Chameleon. Today I'm going to be setting up my planner for August and I'm using a nautical theme this month. As always, the theme was selected by my patrons over on Patreon, and the kit includes this main sheet with all sorts of nautical goodies, a headers sheet with some paddles and a lighthouse, the days with dates and days of the week, a couple of Patreon exclusives, so these are some weekly trackers, some zoom stickers in coordinating colors, and then obviously a currently sheet because I'm a little bit obsessed with these right now. So if you are a patron, these are all stickers that you would be getting in your monthly kit, and it's not too late to sign up. In addition to the kit, I'm going to use some of my brush months and a few of these planner boxes in the color forest. I think they coordinate really nicely and they'll give my pages a little bit of organization and some pop. Last but not least, this is my August calendar page, also a download for my patrons. So let's hop in and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is take the back of my calendar page and use it for setting up a currently spread. So I'll be using my currently stickers, and I think I'm going to pick out maybe 6 or 8 of them. I'm not going to do them all, although I have done them all before in the past. As far as the header layout goes, I had these stickers, and if you've been to my channel before, I hope you'll subscribe. Ring the bell to get notified when I post new videos, but I can't stand throwing away and wasting stickers. So this was part of a test run that I did right after I designed this sheet, and I didn't cut them out. After I printed them, I made changes to the file, so yeah, that's kind of where I am. So instead of putting them in the trash, I am going to just cut them as a rectangle because that works perfectly fine on the back of this calendar page. And that way I'm not throwing them away and I still get to use them. So a little peek behind the scenes of how it goes when you're designing new stickers and you oops and forget to cut them out before you make changes. So these will be my headers, and I'm going to do kind of a layout that you've seen before. It's basically just using some square boxes or setting things up in a couple of columns, but I really like going with that setup. I think it looks clean and simple and it gets the job done. It's always important to me that my planner looks fun and decorated, but I also don't think that I need to spend a whole bunch of time always recreating the wheel. So if I find a layout that I like, I tend to stick with it at least for a little while. I'm wondering if the rest of you do the same thing. Comment below. I mean, if something's working for you, stick with it until it doesn't work for you anymore. Or if you get bored with it, then that's the time to change it up. So right now, I'm really liking this kind of structure. It's clean and simple, and with this nautical theme, everything is so beachy, right? So it's got that ocean vibe, that water covered sort of light and washed kind of aesthetic to it. And I think that keeping things as light and bright as possible really works with this theme. I think I want to add in one more just for some balance. And then, yeah, I like it. It gets the job done and it's still cute. So we'll go with that. Nice and beachy. Reminds me of the things for August of 2020. Calendar page, currently page, complete. I'll go ahead and snap my calendar and currently page back into my planner. If you are someone who uses discs, you know what I'm talking about. These things are amazing. I use them on everything now. I don't know where they've been my whole life, but now that I've found them, they're the best. So the 2-page calendar I'm going to be using for tracking things for my shop. So basically I will go ahead and put in all my sales that I have planned, when new sticker kits will be launching, when sticker kits need to be shipped out to my patrons, and where my sales are coming from for the month of August between Patreon, my new shop, which is live on my own website, which I'm very giddy about. I will have a link below, and also my Etsy. So to keep track of those things, I'll go ahead and use these 3 leftover monthly habit tracker stickers that I had. Again, cannot stand to get rid of anything, have to use every sticker off every sheet if at all possible. So that works out perfectly for me. I don't know what you put in your side column, but I think trackers fit so nicely there to keep everything front and center. And if you're anything like me, if your trackers aren't front and center, then they just never get filled in. So it's kind of important to keep them where they're in my face. I feel like August is always kind of that weird in between month. I don't know if you have that feeling too. Like it's sort of still summer, but it's also sort of the beginning of fall unofficially, just because school's starting back up, or at least it normally is starting back up. We're still waiting to hear exactly how things are going to work where I live, although it seems like they've kind of got it figured out, or at least as figured out as anything seems to be right now. So, yeah, to me, it's just in between. I am really looking forward to football weather, though. As much as I love sunshine and being able to sit outside and have it be a nice warm day, there's something so satisfying and cozy about a fall hoodie, going to the football game. I'm sure you can relate. I think I'll finish off this calendar spread by adding a couple of these paddles or oars. I never really know which one is most appropriate, but I want to cover up that peach bar at the top of the page just because peach really doesn't fit with my theme. It's a really pale peach, but I can still cover it up and utilize these stickers to add some more color and some more pop to the page. So I'll throw those in there, and then I think we're pretty good as far as the August double page calendar spread goes. I like it. I think it covers all of my needs, and I can go ahead and set up my first weekly. One of the first things I know that I want to do is cover up the August header with that peach background, just because, again, peach really doesn't fit with my theme this month. So I'm going to put a little bit of white out over it just to make sure it doesn't show through my sticker, since the background of this sticker is white and I'm not putting washi tape over it, which is something I do a lot of the time. But in this instance, I want to keep everything as bright and white and fresh as I possibly can. So a little bit of white out and I'm good to go with my brush script August. I should have done the same thing for my days of the week, but I thought these little life preservers were going to be wider than they were in my head, I guess. So a tiny bit of touch up and no one will ever see that there was a different day of the week script written behind where my stickers are. So thank you, whiteout, saving the day, of course, yet again. The next bit of detail, just like with my monthly calendar, I need my weekly habit trackers front and center so that I don't forget about them. I'm going to be using 3 from my Patreon exclusive sheet. These were sent out, like I said, to my patrons, and they're not available in my shop. You have to sign up for Patreon to get these special color-coded, coordinated stickers. And then I have a few little tracker planner boxes left over from some spreads that I did a couple of weeks ago. So continuing with my theme of I cannot stand to waste a sticker or throw anything away, I'm going to plug these in and make them work for my main goals of the day for this first week of August. That is something new that I've never done before, but I like the idea of creating a one primary focus and then all of my other tasks can filter in after that. But I wanted to try that out for just this week and see what I think. Another thing I'm trying out that I used to do all the time when I strictly bullet journaled is doing a drop shadow. So it used to be in my bullet journals, I would put drop shadow on practically everything. It just brings life to the shapes, but I don't do it very much in my real planners. So I thought I would try and drop that in here, and I really like how it turned out. I think it's cute, and I think it gives the page just a little bit of extra dimension that it didn't have before. So where I'm trying to keep it light and bright and airy, like I had said, with that whole beachy vibe, it gives it just some structure and some extra dimension to the shape. I like it. I think with a couple of little touches, maybe a lighthouse scene right in the middle as a focal point, we're good to go for the first full week of August. We can move on to the next thing, which is also new, which is going to be my running task list sheet. Something I've been finding lately is that I don't have a lot of tasks that have to be done on a certain day. I mean, obviously there's always some, but most of my tasks are really for the week. So I've always in the past had a running task list on my desk before I got into bullet journals and into my new planner. So I thought, why not take that concept and just add it into my planner? That's the gorgeous thing about these kinds of planners. You customize it to what works for you when you need it. So I took one of these little pop-in pages that I had purchased in a packet, and I'm going to create a running to-do page that I can just move around from week to week as I need to. I'm also incorporating that concept of adding a few of these planner boxes for my really high priority to-dos that again don't have to happen specifically on Monday or specifically on Tuesday, but I really want to get them done throughout the week. So if something pops up that I think is a little bit more critical, it'll land in one of these boxes, and everything else will just fall underneath for me to add to my list and cross off when I'm ready. I'm going to just pop it into my planner behind my current week. So at any time, once I'm done with my top priority things that I need to accomplish, I can just flip to the next page and see what else is on the horizon that I can go ahead and get done. I like the idea. I haven't done it before, so cross your fingers and let me know if you've done something similar in your own planner. I'd love to know if it worked out or if you have any good suggestions. With that popped in, it's time for our flip through with my monthly sheet from Patreon for all of my patrons as a download. I just print that out onto some plain heavy stock paper. My currently page to remind myself of some things from this month of the year in 2020. My double page calendar where I'm going to be tracking everything for my shop, for my sales, my business, that sort of thing. My first spread of August with my weekly trackers and my boxes for my top priority goals, and then some extra stickers just to make it look a little bit fun and beachy, and then my running to-do list that I'm popping in behind my current weekly page. If you enjoyed this video or any of my tips, please subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.